ஆளுமைமிக்க அரசியல்வாதியாக பியோர் பாலிடிக்ஸ் பயிற்சி பட்டறை நேரடி இணைய வழி வகுப்புகள் உங்கள் சீட்டிற்கு முந்துங்கள் 7338824242.
Vanakkam. My salutations at the feet of Goddess Meenakshi. I wish I could talk in Tamil. I cannot, and that is why I'm talking in English. I have come here with a definite purpose to the land of Goddess Meenakshi. I need to talk about a couple of things of central government, of the budget of central government for financial year 24-25, and what has the budget of central government for the financial year 24-25 for the state of Tamil Nadu. I can only say that the budget of the central government of FY 24-25 transcends the confines of any financial statement. It's not just a collection of numbers. It's not just the collection of data and figures and statistics. It goes beyond that. It states the vision of the central government headed by Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji. It also places before all of us the roadmap. It focuses on very high capital expenditure with heavy social welfare funding, keeping the growth targets robust and financial deficit in check. There are certain broad features. I would definitely like to harp on those. I'm sure many of you must have seen Madam Nirmala Sitharaman presenting the budget in the Lok Sabha on 23rd of July. Many of you must have heard. At the cost of being repetitive, I would be talking about certain salient features of the budget of Prime Minister Modi's government for the financial year 24-25. I must tell you that this is the 11th budget of Prime Minister Modi's government. He has been there in the chair for the past 11 years. And this is the 7th budget of Madam Nirmala Sitharaman. Now, if you ask me about the essence of this budget, I can only say that this budget is a budget with a difference. The interim budget was passed by the two houses of parliament in February 2024, the interim budget. It's just a continuation. The annual budget is a continuation of the interim budget that had been passed. And the focus of this budget is slightly different. We need to appreciate, we need to understand, and we need to really admire the remarkable endeavor of Madam Nirmala Sitharaman and his wonderful team in preparing and presenting this budget before the country. The talks in the Lok Sabha, I'm a Lok Sabha member for the second time. The talks in the Lok Sabha was on. We have just passed the budget. It focuses on employment, education, skilling, MSMEs, the support that the government would be extending to the micro, small, and medium enterprises, infrastructure development, and affordable housing. These are the areas which this particular budget mainly focuses on. And the best part about this budget is that we are also trying to keep the fiscal deficit up to 4.9% of the GDP. As I said earlier, we have to keep the fiscal deficit in check. It would be around 4.9% of the GDP. That's the intention of the government. In fact, while drawing up the budget, we know which state Madam Nirmala Sitharaman belongs to. While drawing up the budget for the financial year 24-25, the central government has definitely drawn inspiration from the illustrious history and rich cultural heritage of Tamil Nadu. I say with all conviction at my command, we are aware of the administrative acumen of the Chola kings. We are aware of the rich Sangam literature. There is a lot to derive from the administrative style of the Chola kings and the rich Sangam literature, which said that we need to go for the welfare of all. We need to have a very strong administrative system. So we have definitely drawn upon the lessons that we have learned from the Sangam literature, the Chola kings, and the illustrious and rich heritage of Tamil Nadu. Two aspects. One is, of course, the country's budget, as I said, and the number two aspect is what is there for Tamil Nadu. I think people would be liking to know what's there for Tamil Nadu. Friends, as far as the employment part is concerned, that's very vital. I'll be as brief as possible as far as the central budget is concerned. I'm sure many of you must be aware. There will be a package of rupees 2 lakh crore for 4.1 crore youth in these 5 years. And this would be focusing on education, employment, and skilling of 4.1 crore youth. And there are 5 schemes in this Prime Minister's package. We need to understand those 5 schemes, but due to paucity of time, I would just focus on one thing, that out of this 2 lakh crore, rupees 2 lakh crore, this year, 24-25, 1.48 lakh crore rupees would be spent on education, employment, and skilling. There are 5 schemes. Very briefly, I would touch upon these 5 schemes. Very important to understand these 5 schemes. Very briefly, I'd be touching upon these. One is the direct benefit transfer of 1 month salary of 15,000 rupees in 3 installments to first-time employees registered by the Employees Provident Fund organization. This is the number 1 scheme. Number 2 scheme, incentives will be provided directly to both employee and the employer as per their EPFO contribution in the first 4 years of employment. This is the second scheme of the Prime Minister's package. The third scheme, again, is reimbursement to the employers up to rupees 3,000 per month per employee for 2 years towards their EPFO contribution. Now, fourth scheme is extremely important. 20 lakh youth will be trained and about 1,000 industrial training institutes will be upgraded. Now, fifth and very important is, this is a very new concept, and I would definitely like the people from Tamil Nadu all over to understand and appreciate. There's the concept of 500 top companies of the country, and around 1 crore youth will be trained in these companies as interns, and they would be given 5,000 rupees per month. They would not just be doing their training without money, 5,000 rupees per month, and rupees 6,000 will be given as one-time assistance. So this is something very new which has come. PM's package of 5 schemes. As I said, I would repeat, it would be around rupees 2 lakh crore for 4.1 crore youth in the next 5 years. Now, Tamil Nadu is known for the merchant guilds of yesteryears. We celebrate industrious spirit in Tamil Nadu. It's renowned for the trade and enterprises, all these merchant guilds of Tamil Nadu. There is tremendous focus of this government this year on the micro, small, and medium enterprises. We are planning to give them technical support. We are planning to enhance the financial support that the government gives to them. And in the days to come, you will also see that there will be regulatory reforms pertaining to the MSMEs. A couple of things I would definitely like to mention here. MSMEs are very critical for our country. It drives 36% of the manufacturing output and 40% of our exports. Friends, 3 things as far as MSMEs are concerned. I will be coming to Tamil Nadu. Let us understand one thing, that the Indian budget, the central government's budget, is the larger set, and whatever Tamil Nadu will be getting, it's a subset of that larger set. So we have to appreciate that the larger set will actually has to be good, so that the smaller set, the subset, also gets good amount of money from the center. Now, number 1, I would like to mention here that the Mudra loan has been enhanced from 10 lakh rupees to 20 lakh rupees. This is very important, and this 20 lakh rupees will be given to those people who have a good repayment track record. Now, another thing, the e-commerce export hubs will be coming up everywhere. Tamil Nadu is known for its enterprises. Very industrious spirit here we find in the people of Tamil Nadu. MSMEs are very important for Tamil Nadu. So if there is thrust of the central government on the MSMEs, I can say with all conviction at my command that Tamil Nadu will also prosper, that Tamil Nadu micro, small and medium enterprises will definitely get a very big push. E-commerce export hubs, enabling the MSMEs and traditional artisans to tap its international markets. This we will be focusing on. And there is another very good scheme under the MSME sector, New Credit Guarantee Scheme. Now this scheme, this is a very new concept of the central government. Up to rupees 100 crore will be provided as term loans for the applicant for the acquisition of machinery and equipment without requiring collateral. This is a new thing which has really come now. Now, friends, we come to the third point. I'm trying to be as brief as possible regarding the central budget. The third point, capital expenditure, the infrastructure creation, very important, very, very important. I think you appreciate that this time rupees 11.1 lakh crore has been earmarked for infrastructure development in the entire country. Imagine 11.1 lakh crore, which is 3.4% of the GDP of the country. It's a very huge amount which has been earmarked for the infrastructure development this year. Earlier, I would like to point out here that it was just 1.7% of the GDP. This time, I reiterate, it is 3.4% of the GDP. Rupees 1.5 crore of this amount has been earmarked for the states. It will go to the states at term loans from the center as an interest-free long-term loans from the center. Now, the fourth thing, very important for Tamil Nadu, agriculture. Agriculture, imagine 2013-14, the UPA government, it has only 17,708 crore rupees as a budget, the annual budget. This time we have come up with a whopping 1,32,000 crore as agriculture budget. 1 crore farmers will be initiated into natural farming, and many other things are there, but because of paucity of time, I will just focus on the main points. Women and child, very important, rupees 3 lakh crore have been kept aside for women and child initiatives, their development, their well-being, their maintenance, and 83 lakhs SHGs with 9 crore women will be given all kinds of support by the government for becoming economically empowered. 1 crore Lakhpati Didis is the target. We will be creating 1 crore Didis, 1 crore women, as women who are earning at least 1 lakh per month. Now, friends, the rural development is very important for all the states, including Tamil Nadu. This time, a record 2 crore 66 lakh rupees have been kept aside for the Rural Development Department. 3 crore Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana houses will be built. Of course, you are aware of the fact that Tamil Nadu has a big share in that. PMGSY 4 is coming. Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana 4 is coming, will be launched very soon by the central government, and about 25,000 new habitations will be getting roads under PMGSY 4. Health. The other day I was standing in the Lok Sabha speaking on the health budget. It's a whopping 164% increase this time in the health budget. Rupees 91,000 crore has been earmarked for health. It is 1.9% of the GDP. I must tell you that this was just 33,278 crore rupees in 2013-14. My dear friends, we are aware of the fact that we were 10th largest economy in 2014. And now in the world, we are 5th largest economy. And I can say with again all conviction that by 2027, the way things are going, we would be 3rd largest economy in the world. Unemployment rate has declined. Let us accept that, 3.2%. All kinds of initiatives by the central government in this direction, and it has come down. Central government all the while has tried to work with the state governments. It's all cooperative, competitive federalism, and this is actually giving fruits for the entire nation. Inflation, prices rise through the consumer price index is projected to ease at 5.4%. My dear friends, I'll come to the most important part for which you all are waiting. I'll not take much time. Tamil Nadu. Everybody is aware of the fact that Tamil Nadu is a vibrant state, doing extremely well on all fronts. But I think, as I told you earlier, the center and the state governments must work in tandem, drawing upon each other's strengths to actually go forward. Now, here, I'm delighted to inform all of you that whatever the union taxes and duties that go to the states, different states, union taxes and duties, the net proceeds that go to the states from the center, 4.0% of the union taxes and duties coming to Tamil Nadu. And that translates into 50,873.76 crore to Tamil Nadu. I reiterate, 4.07% of the net proceeds of union taxes and duties coming to Tamil Nadu, which translates into rupees 50,873.76 crore. This much amount will be coming to Tamil Nadu as far as the net proceeds of union taxes are concerned. And I must tell you that this is 94.95% higher than what Tamil Nadu was getting earlier. So this is something which our friends from Tamil Nadu must appreciate. It's almost 95% more than you were getting, whatever you're getting earlier. Now, the next point, the GIA, the grant in aid, has also increased. Whatever grant in aid coming to Tamil Nadu from the center, the grant in aid has gone up by 157.58%. It's a huge leap. So central government is doing whatever it can to ensure that the people of Tamil Nadu come up the ladder. And whatever support had been being given to Tamil Nadu, this time it's actually going up. It's 157.58% grant in aid from the central government would be coming to Tamil Nadu. It's an increase. 157.58% is the increase in GIA. This reflects the strong commitment of NDA government towards the people of Tamil Nadu. Friends, in the budget, as I told you, the central budget is a larger set, and whatever we give to Tamil Nadu, it would be a subset of that larger set. So there is a lot of focus in the union budget on agri productivity and resilience, simplifying FDI regulations. Now here, when I say the foreign direct investment regulations will be simplified, that means Tamil Nadu is one of the top FDI attractors. Top FDI attractors in the country. So I'm sure Tamil Nadu will benefit, and we have also tried to support the MSMEs. Very important. Finance Minister the other day on 23rd of July announced the development of large-scale vegetable production clusters near major consumption centers. Like Madurai is a consumption center. So Finance Minister announced that there would be huge vegetable clusters, production clusters coming up around consumption centers. And for that matter, the farmers, producers, organizations will be encouraged. There would be a lot of focus on the enrichment of cooperatives and startups. I'm delighted to say here that there are 1,17,000 startups in the country in these 10 years of Prime Minister Modi's regime, and there are about 110 unicorns. So I think all these have come up in the last 10 years. Now, when the vegetable clusters come up around the consumption centers, areas like Chennai, Coimbatore, Madurai, and Trichy will benefit. So we have to look at these things from that angle. Mudra loan, I told you, rupees 10 lakh to 20 lakh enhancement has taken place in the budget. I would like to inform my friends from Tamil Nadu that under Mudra loan, it have 2.49 lakh crore rupees have been disbursed to 4.97 crore beneficiaries in Tamil Nadu so far. In the days to come, in this particular financial year and in the years to come, this amount will increase. I reiterate, rupees 2.49 lakh crore rupees have been given under Mudra loan as Mudra loan to 4.97 crore beneficiaries in the state of Tamil Nadu. FDI rules, as I said, will be simplified. TN is one of the top 5 states that attracts FDI in the country. Railways. I would like to inform that there was a time when the UPA regime was there when Tamil Nadu was getting just 897 crore under railways. And now this time, rupees 6,362 crore will be given to Tamil Nadu as far as railways ministry is concerned. 25,000 habitations will get roads. I'm sure a big number will be there from Tamil Nadu. I must inform here that we had PMGSY 1, PMGSY 2 and PMGSY 3. Under Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, Tamil Nadu has got 1,821 habitations connected with a total road length constructed under the Prime Minister Gram Sadak Yojana, 12,179 kilometers. Friends, you have a huge urban population. 48.45% of your population is urban, and I'm delighted to tell you that Prime Minister Yojana, Prime Minister Awas Yojana Urban 2.0 will come up. 1 crore people will be benefited and 10 lakh crore will be spent on building houses in the urban areas. You have a population of, your population, 48.45 of the total population in Tamil Nadu is urban. I'm sure under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban 2.0, where I reiterate about 1 crore people will get benefited, houses will be constructed out of rupees 10 lakh crore. Tamil Nadu will be a very, very big beneficiary. So I think with these words, I can only say that this is a budget which is forward looking. This is a budget which takes care of 4 pillars. Gyan, we call it Gyan. It is Garib, the poor people, Garib. It is the youth. It is the Annadata, which is the farmers. A stands for Annadata and N for Nari, and that is Mahila, and that is women. So we are talking of the development, the holistic development of farmers, poor people, youth, and women. So at this we end. And as I told you, it's a forward-looking budget, and Tamil Nadu is going to benefit hugely from this. Thank you.
Leaders are against this budget. There is no scheme in. They are only giving
In
alwa.
Tamil, it is common understanding. Giving alwa means giving nothing to
Oh,
anything.
okay.
So it is alwa budget
I
means it is
understand. There's
nothing
nothing
to
for
Tamil
Tamil
Nadu.
Nadu. I got it. See, this is what I have been trying to emphasize all through. Let me tell you that there are certain things which should not be politicized. When we talk of the country's budget, we need not indulge in politics. All regards for the leaders of Tamil Nadu cutting across party lines. I can only make an appeal to all the leaders to look at the budget without any fear, without any favor, without any partisan approach. I think this is a budget which caters to the needs of all. When I talk of Nari, women, when I talk of youth, when I talk of farmers, when I talk of poor people, in fact, we talk of these categories belonging to all the states of the country. So Tamil Nadu, whatever will happen in Tamil Nadu in this year or in the years to come, in fact, this is just a subset of the larger set, which is the Government of India's budget. So I think we really need to look at it positively. Thank you. This question will come. Thank you, my dear brother. See, yes, I understand Finance Minister did talk about Bihar and Andhra Pradesh. She delivered a speech of 82 minutes. Now, let me ask you whether it is possible to name all the states, 28 states and the union territories in those 82 minutes. The budget has everything for every state and union territory. There is absolutely no discrimination. But since Bihar and Andhra Pradesh have been mentioned, you have the feeling that there is nothing for Tamil Nadu. Other states have also not been mentioned. So I think we need to look at it from that angle. It's not possible to mention all the states in 82-minute speech. Tamil Nadu has everything which other states have. Thank you.
நிதியமைச்சர் 82 நிமிஷம் பேசியிருக்காங்க. இந்தியாவில் 28 மாநிலமும் நிறைய யூனியன் பிரதேசங்கள் இருக்கு. எல்லாத்தையும் சொல்ல முடியுமா அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாங்க. அதில் சொல்லாதனாலேயே அந்த மாநிலத்துக்கு ஒன்றும் இல்லைன்னு அர்த்தமா அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாங்க. இதுக்கு முன்னால எந்த பட்ஜெட்லையும் இப்படி எல்லா மாநிலத்தையும் சொன்னது இல்லை அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க.
Thank you.